Yes, before we start, I want another shout out, and yes, it's to Exo Cadigan. Now I know you don't subscribe to him, but only one person did. So please subscribe to him. Please subscribe to him. He's nearly at 200. Please do it. Link to him down below. And I mean actually do it. But anyways, let's get into the video. In 1897, the German liner SS Kaiser Wilhelm the Gross became the largest and fastest ship in the world. With a speed of 22 knots, she captured the blue riband of the Cunard lines Campania and Lucania. Germany came to dominate the Atlantic, and by 1906, they had four final superliners in service. 4 of them owned by the North German Lloyd and part of the so-called Kaiser class. Now, before we continue, if you want to learn a bit more about German shipping lines, I have a video on the SS Leviathan. You can go and watch that. So yeah, anyways, continuing. In a retaliation to the Kaiser class, Cunard Line would go to build 2 of the biggest steamers in the world, the Lusitania and the Mauretania. Also later joining the fleet would be the RMS Aquitania and the RMS Berengaria. In 1906, Mauretania was launched by the Duchess of Roxburgh. At the time of her launch, she was the largest moving structure ever built, and slightly larger in gross tonnage than the Lusitania. The main visual differences between Mauretania and Lusitania were that Mauretania was 5 feet longer and had different vents. Mauretania departed Liverpool on her maiden voyage on the 16th of November 1907 under the command of Captain John Pritchard, and on the return voyage she captured the blue riband for the fastest eastbound crossing of the Atlantic, with an average speed of 23.69 knots. Mauretania was on a westbound voyage from Liverpool to New York, beginning 10th of April 1912, and was docked at Queenstown, Ireland. At the time of the RMS Titanic disaster, Mauretania was transporting Titanic's cargo manifests carried by registered mail. Travelling on the Mauretania at the time was the chairman of Cunard, A. Booth, who organised a vigil for the Titanic victims. In the spring of 1913, westbound transatlantic passage on Alright, nothing ever happened back there. Anyways, in the spring of 1913, on a westbound transatlantic passage aboard the Mauretania, it would cost roughly $17 for third-class passengers, as shown on this original ticket. In July 1913, King George and Queen Mary were given a special tour of the Mauretania, then Britain's largest merchant vessel, adding further distinction to the ship's reputation. On the 26th of January 1914, while Mauretania was in the middle of an annual refit in Liverpool, 4 men were killed and 6 were injured when the gas cylinder exploded while they were working on one of her steam turbines. Sheesh! After Great Britain declared war on Germany on the 4th of August 1914, Mauretania made a dash for safety in Halifax, Nova Scotia, arriving on the 6th of August. There, she was laid up until the sinking of the RMS Lusitania on May 7, 1915. Mauretania was about to fill the void left by Lusitania, but she was ordered by the British government to serve as a troop ship to carry British soldiers during the Gallipoli campaign. She avoided becoming prey for U-boats in the area because of her high speed and the seamanship of her crew. As a troop ship, she was painted in dark grey with black funnels. Mauretania would carry many troops from Britain to Europe, but when combined forces from the British Empire and France began to suffer from heavy casualties, Mauretania was ordered to serve as a hospital ship, along with the Aquitania and White Star Line's Britannic. The Mauretania was doing pretty good so far, unlike other ships like this. The list just keeps going on and on and on. So yeah, good job Mauretania, you're doing good. Mauretania would serve as a hospital ship for 7 months before in 1917 being converted back to the HMT Mauretania. And she would carry American troops after they declared war on Germany. And after the war ended, she was back to civilian service. So yes, another title card. After the war, the transatlantic service was boom, and people like this random guy, no one knows him, was back on Mauretania. Yes. That's good for Cunard Line. That means more money and more stuff. Yes. Mauretania would have many voyages throughout the 1920s and many refurbishments. But in 1930, with a combination of the Great Depression and newer competitors on the Atlantic run, Mauretania became a dedicated cruise ship, running 6 days cruises from New York to Pier 21 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. In 1930, with a combination of the Great Depression and newer competitors on the Atlantic run, Mauretania became a dedicated cruise ship, running 6-day cruises from New York to Pier 21 in Halifax, Nova Scotia. On the 19th of November, 1930, Mauretania rescued 28 people and the ship's cat of a Swedish cargo ship, Ovidia, which foundered in the Atlantic Ocean 400 nautical miles southeast of Cape Race, Newfoundland. In June 1933, she was painted white for cruise services. When Cunard Line merged with the White Star Line in 1934, Mauretania, along with the Olympic, the Homeric, and other aging ocean liners, were deemed surplus to requirements and were withdrawn from service and sold for scrap.
Goodbye to the most famous ship in the world. The Mauretania starts on her last voyage from Southampton to the shipbreaker's yard at Rosyth. She's flying the blue riband to show that for so many years she held the Atlantic speed record. Her last crew of 60 officers and men includes some who served in her when she was setting up her speed records. She's no longer as smart as she was. Her hull is rust-stained through months of idleness. Her funnels are sun-bleached and her masts, shortened to allow her to pass under bridges on the way to her last resting place, give her a curious appearance. Among the ships which lead the chorus of sirens as she moves away is the Olympic. Yachts, pleasure steamers, and almost every type of boat join in the send-off, not only in Southampton dock, but along the whole stretch of Southampton water. And so she leaves us, to make way for younger ships, and particularly for the Queen Mary, whom we all hope will soon be carrying on the traditions of Britain on the sea.
I'd like to say thank you for everyone who's watched this video, and I thank you for all the support you've done on my channel. As the time I upload this video, I will be around 300 subscribers, which is a big milestone. So if you did enjoy this video, please like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below. But anyways, thank you for watching this video once again. Oh yeah, I forgot to tell you, before you go, I have decided to not have a video schedule so I could post 1 to 2 videos every week. So yeah, well, okay, you can actually go now. See you later.